so pleased, and it's... Thank you. I tell you, it's really means something, because my heart is overflowing like Stacey Solomon's ashtray. It really is. It's... I didn't make her smoke. Don't take it out on me. God, it makes me feel old, though, I'll be honest with you, having an 18-year-old son. I never thought being 35 would be as tough as this. So, happy birthday. I want to say happy birthday to my son, mainly because, you know, it's a big moment for me, and also because if I do it here, I don't have to buy him a card. So, happy birthday. And while we're at it, happy Mother's Day to my mum as well. Okay? Too dumb. Scientists have developed a pill that prevents ageing. I don't know if you read this exciting news. They found a gene that helps you live an extra 20 years. It's being tested on mice. Here's a mouse when he started the test. And here's a mouse after he's been taking the pill for a while. He's 76 years old. And as you can see, it's really helping. Looks like Dappy, doesn't he, that mouse? Here's a story from America. True story. I love this story. Tramps out there, homeless is the nicer word, are being paid to carry around Wi-Fi hotspots. They're actually giving them a Wi-Fi thing to carry around the park. So if you're in, for example, Central Park, a beautiful part of New York, you can always get a signal, which is a great idea. You just sit next to a tramp, you open your Mac. That's your computer, not the tramp. The scheme is great. The only problem is sometimes the tramp's go into the bushes to log out. So you see what happens... OK, let's do another. A man from London has complained that he can't find love because he looks like former North Korean dictator Kim Jong-il. Okay? Now, here's Kim Jong-il just before he died, just in case you've forgotten. OK, and here's the look-alike we're speaking about. OK. Now, I can see what would turn the ladies off there, although, a word of advice, if you are worried about looking like the late North Korean despot, do not dress exactly like him. We got any dog lovers out here? I love my dogs. So let's say congratulations to Elizabeth, the winning dog. There she is. Look at that. That's a fine specimen. What a pedigree that dog has. Its mother was Donatella Versace. Its father was the lead singer of The Sweets, I think. But I'm guessing its winning routine didn't involve doing this.
Handling well ahead of the dog, well ahead of the dog. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. You make the dog go behind you and you can lose control. Whoops! Oh, no! Oh, and it was a good run, too. Well, the dog's got to do what a dog's got to do. What a shame. Oh, dear.
Poor thing. That was genuinely from Crufts this year, OK? What a classy start to the show that is, isn't it? But I feel for that dog, because no one wants to go when you're at work, do you? Sometimes, though, you have to. I've had guests do that in the green room. That's why Michael Ball will not be invited back for quite some while. Bad boy. Let's see who's on the show tonight. We've got a great lineup for you. My first guest is a wonderful comedian. She's fast becoming one of the country's national treasures. It is Sarah Millican. OK. You probably know this already, but maybe you don't. Sarah grew up in South Shields.
Yes, that's right.
Which makes you a proud Geordie.
Yes. Yeah,
Geordie, proud of it. Sarah is so Geordie, she doesn't have an iPad, she has a Y-iPad.
Poor, very poor.
It's Sarah Millican, ladies and gentlemen. There she is. I'm thrilled you're on the show. Thank you for joining us. OK, my next guest is, I think, the nation's favourite style guru. He's like Trini and Susanna all rolled into one, only better looking. It is Mr. Gok Wan. Who doesn't love a bit of Gocky? Gok, fabulous to see you.
Good to see you too, darling. Looking fit.
Oh, thank you. Gok changes his outfit up to 6 times a day. Is that on a busy fashion day? You do it 6 times a day?
A busy Saturday, but if I was with you, Jonathan, I'd probably be more undressed than dressed.
Wow. Do I have a say in this at all, or are you just going to come out and flash at me?
Whatever you want, Jonathan.
Okay.
Why break a habit?
Gok says body image is all about confidence and shows people how to dress well no matter what their figure is, OK? And it really works, because look at Gok. He is 38 stone, and look how good he looks. Ah, I see what you've seen there. That's right. Gok has stolen a dog on the way to the studio, ladies and gentlemen. No, tell us about your little friend, Gok.
So, everyone, this is Dolly. This is my brand new daughter, and I love her. It's her TV debut because we know how much you love your dogs, Jonathan.
I do love them. And how old is Dolly?
She's 13 weeks this week.
And she's a French bulldog, if I'm not mistaken.
A French bulldog, and she's absolutely loving this attention here.
I bet she is. I bet she is. You can imagine that dog's going to have a tough life, don't you? Gok Wan and Dolly the dog, ladies and gentlemen. OK. Now... Well, we've had, when we've had sports on the show, often we've had quite a few boxers on the show, and the reason for that is I'm a big boxing fan, and I've always been quite passionate about the sport. But my next guest is probably, I would say, the best boxer, pound for pound, of any boxer in the history of the sport. It is the magnificent Sugar Ray Leonard. There he is, right there. Sugar Ray. Mr. Leonard, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me, John.
It's great to have you here. During his professional career, Sugar Ray had 36 wins, 3 draws, and just a 1 defeat. Okay? And that was to Naomi Campbell over an airport check-in queue. So that could happen to anyone. That's not a blemish there. Sugar Ray Leonard, ladies and gentlemen. And we've even gritted the stage for the arrival of our band tonight. We've got music from Snow Patrol. All right. They're not Coldplay. Calm down. Oh, what a band. You know, without Snow Patrol, X Factor would have no incidental backing music to use whatsoever. They're a great band. That's Snow Patrol, ladies and gentlemen. And they're playing a great track at the end of the show. Stick around for that. Hey, before we go on with that, one thing, you know, I've got to mention, farmers say that we could have a potato shortage later on in the year, which means that the price of potatoes will skyrocket. So in a year's time, they're saying that this could be worth its weight in gold, OK? You could be looking at the currency of the future. But, of course, if the thing you're buying costs a bit more, then you've got to make sure that you take around some change as well, OK? If you don't go that far, you can wait till they bring out the credit card, because that won't be long either. Or you can just use chip and pin. What? I can't believe how choosy you are tonight. OK, let's get my first guest out. She's one of the biggest selling stand-ups tour in the country. Will you please welcome the fabulous Sarah Millican? Now, hang on. I just heard a wolf whistle from the crowd there, and I believe the wolf whistle has been banned this week. Did you know that?
Oh, I finally get one. Somebody's banned it.
It's been banned. It's an EU thing. I think people are banned from doing that. Maybe you can do it in studios, but in the street, you can't do it.
Really?
Oh.
I once had somebody whistle at me, but it was kind of like a... I took it as a compliment, but it's not the same.
Let me ask you, you're sitting back there with Gok. Have you met Gok before?
Yes, I have.
OK, so you know Gok, and Gok, of course, is a famous stylist. Does he say to people when he meets some ladies, you should do this, does he try to get you naked to make you comfortable with your body? Is that...
No, he's not like that. He's lovely. No, no, I sort of sort myself out. Not like that.
Just as well, because...
Actually, yes, like that as well.
As if Gok would be any use in that department.
No, he's got a very licky dog.
Oh.
No. I would like help with my style, but nobody seems willing to take me on.
I don't think you need help. That's a nice outfit. I like that with the leggings under the top. It's nice.
I describe it as funky Nana, because if you saw a Nana dressed like this, you'd think, wow, she looks pretty good. But, like, maybe on a 36-year-old, it's not so good.
It's perfectly good. You know what? That's giving me an idea. You should bring out a clothing range, call it Funky Nana.
Do you think? Just loads of cardies and slippers. And nothing in between. Just let the air get round.
But... Now, here's the thing. I'm very excited you're on the show because I'm a big fan. I've loved seeing you perform, and I know you've been doing comedy for a while, but it seems to me that it was the last 2 years, say, maybe 3, where suddenly it really exploded for you. Would that be fair? How did that feel? Did it take you by surprise, or did you feel, OK, I've been working this hard, it's my time?
I think you can only ever take it sort of step at a time, so you never... I didn't see, like, a big change. I just saw it sort of quite gradual. And it's always lovely when you work hard and it pays off. But it hasn't really changed me. It hasn't really changed my life very much, in that I sort of still shop in the same places and I still eat the same things, and I think I need to upgrade a little bit. Like, I don't go to designer clothes shops and things like that. Instead of going, like, maybe in past I would have gone to, like, Dorothy Perkins and bought one top, I might treat myself to two now.
Yeah.
Or might buy one and get some earrings that match it. Shut up, things are going well. But I still haven't advanced to, like, posh shops yet.
Yeah.
I still feel intimidated in those places.
So you don't do... Do you do online shopping? Do you buy designer stuff online? Have you got to that stage yet, or you wouldn't want to do that?
No, I don't like doing online shopping. I like touching things.
So feeling it first,
I
trying
like,
it on?
yeah, I like feeling... Because sometimes you buy a jumper and it's scratchy. That's no good, is it?
But you know, the great thing about buying stuff online is sometimes you forget you've ordered it, and when it turns up, you think someone sent you a present.
Oh, but you've paid for that present, Jonathan. That's quite sad. You're buying yourself presents.
I buy myself presents every day. What's sad about that? No, my wife goes mad. There's always stuff turning up. Normally robots.
Robots?
Yeah.
Multiple?
Yeah, lots of robots.
How, like Metal Mickey? Like...
Oh, every possible robot you could think
Really?
of.
And do they do everything around the house now?
I've got 5 robot dogs. And one of my
What a
robot dogs...
loser.
One of my... That's not the reaction that gets at comic conventions. OK, so Sarah has a new show. I know everyone here has been enjoying it. I hope you're watching at home. The Sarah Millican programme. It's very funny, but I got a bit panicky when I heard you were doing it, because I thought... Someone said you're doing a talk show, and I thought, that's it. I'm going to be out of business. But it isn't just a talk show. There's much more to it. Yeah,
because I talk to people, like, we have 2 different subjects, 2 different television genres that we talk about, and I talk to people who are experts in those areas. So I'm sort of kind of chatting to them, but they're behind the desk, because they're the guys with all of the information,
Yeah,
you see, and I'm on the sofa.
So they come and they go behind the desk and you sit on the couch?
because they've got all the knowledge, and I'm learning from them.
Well, we should be doing this the other way down, really. Because you do love TV, don't you?
Yeah, I really do. It's how I wind down. It's... Yeah, and I'm not really the sort to go on adventures. Do you want to drive the world's dangerous roads? No. Do you want to sit on the sofa and just talk about that? Yes. Just want to watch telly, just want to watch telly.
You use your dad in the show a little bit, I know.
Yeah, my dad's in a few of the episodes. We talk to him via Skype, so he's just sitting at home. We're just glad that he's got a shirt on, because often when he's on Skype, he's stripped to the waist, because they've got the heating on full belt, because they're pensioners, so...
So you just have a little chat with him. How did that come about? Why did you start doing that?
He's really good at advice. He's really good at giving out dad advice, and I've lived my life on his advice.
So what is he? No-nonsense advice that cuts to the heart of it, or supporting, compassionate kind of advice?
Both, really. Sometimes puts his foot in it. Like years and years ago, when I'd broken up with a partner, he said, you're about to be upset, you've lost everything, which is not really what you want to hear, but...
But it was true.
But it was factually accurate. He's good at advice, so we thought we'd give him a go. We made a pilot, and he was brilliant in it, so we thought we'd... I was slightly nervous in case, like, he got a series commissioned and I didn't. And I just popped up on his show every now and again.
So he's Skyping you, yeah. And what kind of things do you ask him on the show? What kind of things do you change
We ask him about sort of dating and what it was like courting in the old days compared to what it's like now, and we asked him for sort of survival tips on one of the episodes as well, because he's pretty good at... He taught me how to abseil down the side of a building if there was a fire when I was about 9.
So he physically showed you how to do it, or just described it?
No, just... he had all the equipment in, and he told us how to break through the window and how to wrap a rope around. There was a rope in the bottom of Mum and Dad's wardrobe in their bedroom.
I don't know why, yeah.
I'm assuming it's just for a fire, but you never know if it's got alternative uses.
The fact they lived in a bungalow should have given you a clue, though, I imagine. You're touring pretty much... I mean, you do a lot of live work, don't you? How does that feel? I mean, what is that like in terms of, you know, the impact it makes in your life? Because you're in a relationship, so you're out a lot of the time working. When you get home, you must be tired, I would have thought. You must be a bit... Do you get crotchety, or are you easy to live with?
I think... Well, I don't live with my partner, so that makes that a lot easier, doesn't it?
That's a very modern arrangement.
Very modern. Very modern of you. Yeah, it is. We live 90 miles apart.
Wow.
And it's ace.
Quite a spread.
I love him with all of my heart, but I also love the time that I get to be on my own.
Wow, but 90 miles, I mean, that's...
Well, that wasn't... We didn't, like, measure it and go, right, you can have a house, anything after that. It just so happens that that's where we are.
But that is a big gap. I mean, that's
but not when you're on the road a lot. When you're on the road a lot, it's not a gap at all.
But say you got the urge, right, for a cuddle, middle of the night you wake up. I mean, a man sometimes wakes up in the morning with the urge for a cuddle. That's an hour and a half driving solid.
Do you
Sometimes
think you could keep your cuddle up?
the
that,
cuddle
for
can't.
that hour and a half?
I think I would have cuddled myself by then. I'll be honest with you. I think not necessarily on the drive over.
Well, yeah, we're talking about
It's
it's
tiring.
wasting
It's
yourself.
tiring.
Yeah.